everyone. Thank you so much for joining me on another episode of Why I Love Flagler County, your local podcast spotlighting local residents and local businesses on why they love being a part of Flagler County. So today, I'm super excited to have my guest, Ms. Linda Deering, with us today. Linda, thank you so much for the time today. I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much for inviting me. I'm really excited to be here.
Of course. Well, I'd love for you to just get started and kind of tell me a little bit about your story of coming to Flagler, coming to Palm Coast, and all that great stuff.
Well, it started a long time ago. I have a dear friend, Jill Zizek, who lives here in Palm Coast, and she raised her children, and my family and I would come to Palm Coast and visit her. Again, we go back to like her brother was my kindergarten mate. So we go
Yeah.
back many, many years. And we just love to come and visit Palm Coast. And then 2021, we started to snowbird. And my husband said, we're going to move. We're going to move to Florida. Let's start looking. So we spent weeks here in 2021 fighting for people's houses. And I was not happy about that because it was all like scratching and I want this house. I want that house. We went home empty handed. However, the house that I live in now in Palm Coast went back on the market and we were able to get it. So here I am. We love it here. We love being around our friends, and my girlfriend is kind of like my family member, Jill, and it's just wonderful. That's how we got to Palm Coast.
That's so fun. I have a similar story. We were also looking in 2021, and it was like you said, I know exactly what you're talking about when you talk about we lived in Michigan at the time, so it's quite far. And so we'd look at houses and be like, well, we don't know if we want to like put in an offer because we can't physically check out the house. Doesn't matter. Next day it's gone. So
Yeah.
we're like, all right, well, let's go down. Let's look around Palm Coast, make sure it's where we want to move to, find anything. We put an offer on a house. I said the house was ugly. I didn't want to live in it. And so I was telling my friends, I'm like, can you just make quick prayer for me? I don't like this house. Next day, my dad's like, something's weird. We're not getting an answer back. Let's go continue house hunting. That day, a house opens up, the house that we live in. The builder had a lot. Someone just backed out them the day of, and now we're here. And it's so funny to hear similar stories to that. 2021 was definitely a time to be buying a house. It
Yeah,
was an
it really
experience.
was. When we had gone back to New Jersey, I kept getting these emails because, I was now obsessed with buying a
Right.
house. And you would get an email from realtor.com or this place or that place.
Right.
And one of them came through and said $10,000 price reduction. And I said to my husband, oh my God, what could be wrong?
Right.
We open it up. It was the house that I live in.
Oh,
We want the house that we wanted. And I said, oh my God, $10,000 price reduction. The house with the ugly countertops, that's the one we want. And we called the realtor and we put in a bid. And that day we had the house. And because something happened with the other people.
yeah.
Same
It's
thing as your story.
Yeah, definitely. It's one of those like God's timing kind of things that
Amen.
you
Truly
can't
believe
like
that.
predict. And it's you're like, oh, give me a sign. And then these are the signs that pop up. You're like, all
And
right,
you
no,
got your
I gotta
sign.
take it. I understand. Well,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
so cool. That's so
Yeah,
funny to
it's
hear
really
similar
cool.
stories to that. Well, I'd love for you to also talk about your journey with real estate and then getting into that. How was that for you?
Well, I did 32 years at Federal Express. I
Mm,
started when I was 19. I retired very early in 2013, and I stayed in New Jersey. I had a dream about being a realtor in my retirement. I didn't really want to get my license in New Jersey because I knew I wasn't going to be staying there. And once we found the house in Florida and my husband was comfortable and had a place to smoke his cigars, I went and September 22, I went and took my real estate class, got my license in November 2022, and here I am. And I really enjoy the networking part about it. I've had a couple of transactions, which is really great. And my dream really is to serve and to help people to either find a home, find a rental, list their home, go to their new place. Those are my dreams. But I do, again, love being human. One of
mm.
my things I was telling you earlier, one of my professions is trying to be a good human, and following God's law, following his word, being kind. And I have my shirt on. So it's kind all over the rainbow. We need to love one another and love ourselves. And these are some of the things that I do to serve when it comes to my real estate. And so here I am. I want to serve the community. I want to serve the community. That's what I want to do. I do want
Yeah.
to plug my Grace Pantry.
Go
Should
ahead.
I start that now?
Yes.
All right. So y'all know that I have a heart for Grace Pantry, and that began the day that I was inducted as a realtor. Dottie and her husband were at Grace Pantry giving a presentation, and a piece of my heart left with them. So I started volunteering there. And I tried to bring realtors in because, we're ambassadors to the community. We are out
Mm-hmm.
there helping people to find homes, buy homes, sell homes, rent homes. And we're an integral part of that relationship. There's actually 179 reasons why you should use a realtor. Yeah, there is. There's a whole big pamphlet on it.
I believe it.
So, yeah, there is. And maybe one day I'll give it to you and you could
Yeah.
learn too. So it's a trusted, licensed, skilled, knowledgeable person helping you through the process. And then when I came through the Grace Pantry, it seemed that uh, there weren't a lot of people that were volunteering there, but there were a lot of people going there for food. So I
Mm.
tried to round up my realtor friends, and it some of them came. Thank you, Denise Perugini. However, not a lot. So God gave me an opportunity to make it bigger, and that's going to come soon. So I'm right now in the preparation of planning and organizing and getting people involved in a huge community pantry.
Mm.
Um, Feeding Flagler County is what I'm
Yeah.
calling it.
You'll have
And
to keep me updated on the details, and I'll make sure
I
we
most
can like
certainly will.
put it out and share it around on social media because
Yep.
I
As
think
soon as
that's
we know
really,
all
yeah.
about that, I'm going to do that. We have a lot
Yeah.
of details to share with the community. And we want
Yeah.
to get everybody involved, like everybody, soccer
Yeah.
teams, football teams, banks, everybody, anybody, any
Mm-hmm.
business. We want people to bring food to the pantry. And then in June, little secret, we're going to have a big party
Oh, well, there you go. You
to
go,
celebrate all of
yeah,
that.
that'd be fun. I know like my brother's on the track team, stuff like that. I'm sure that would be great to know
Yes.
and connect. And I know a lot of those kids have a lot of love in their heart, which is really great. A lot
Amen.
of them go to, the churches we go to and stuff like that. So that's great. I'm sure that those are some of the places that, you can get some volunteers, recruit a little bit.
I'm excited for that. I'm really,
Yeah,
really
oh,
excited
I
for
love
that.
that.
Thank
That's so
you.
amazing to hear. And I think it makes it, tenfold when you're talking about, kindness and humankind and all those things. It's little things like that that I think make us the most human.
Mhm.
It's us being able to extend our time, extend our energy towards something that doesn't directly benefit us, but it's the whole part of being a part of the community, giving back to the community that feeds yourself more than some of these other things that we think that we want to do, you know?
Exactly.
So I absolutely love that you're dedicated to Grace's Pantry, and I'll definitely leave some details about Grace's Pantry and the description so people can check out and see how they can come out and support you guys, support your events, their events, etc. I think that'd be really great. Um,
Wonderful.
and I know that you also mentioned that you are a fan of networking, and I know I've seen you at a few events here and there. I think that's mostly how we know each other. I
Yes.
think it's so fun when you go to like different events and they're not affiliated with each other, but you keep seeing the same people. You're like,
Yes.
oh my gosh, I saw you last week. Oh, I saw you
Yes. And
yesterday.
you know that those are important places to be. When you see the same bright, shining, skilled, knowledgeable women and men
Right.
in the places that we go, you know that that's the place that you want to be.
Exactly, you get it. Well, perfect. What are some of the places that you'd recommend for other, newbies in the Flagler area to kind of reach out, active with the community, maybe serve, stuff like that? I know that's a really popular answer. People like, you should find a charity and serve, which clearly you did, and you're doing an amazing job with it.
Thank you. Thank you. So yes, I love Grace Pantry. I'm always into sending people over there to volunteer, which is really exciting. I love our beaches. I love our community center. They have classes there and Zumba and all kinds of great stuff that's happening there. They have, we have in Flagler County, people might not think so, but I like some of the restaurants that we have here. I like the sand on the ground. I like the beach vibe that's going on. And yes, there could be some places that are a little bit higher end. We do have a
Sure.
brand new place called Next Door, which is a little higher end on the beach. What else do I like to do? I heard that there is lovely canoeing and kayaking and
Oh,
horseback riding, things that I
yes.
have not yet done. Not maybe in Palm Coast, but an easy short ride to do some of these amazing things. We live in paradise. We
We
live in a
do.
place where people come to go on vacation.
Right.
I
Yeah.
lived in Middletown, New Jersey, which is close to Sandy Hook Beach. People went to Sandy Hook Beach on vacation. All the Northerners come down. We call them Bennies. They all come down from North Jersey and they come to our beaches. So I lived in an environment there as well where people would come, but it's different here in Florida. I mean, people are coming in droves. People are coming here to live and to love and to have fun, and that's what we want.
Yeah.
That's what you want. Come on down and have a good time. Leave all your negativity behind, please,
Right.
because we're all about the positivity.
Yeah, I really loved that. Just yesterday, I was talking to Vanessa Cole from Coffee News, and she was like, "Yeah, it's really important that Coffee News is very as positive as possible. We want to give people something great to look forward to seeing, something great to look forward to reading." And that's the same thing with this podcast, and that's the whole point. Is we just want to talk about what we love about Flagler County. I know there are definitely always places that we as people, we as a community, we as a city can grow in, but right now, I just kinda wanna focus on what are we loving about it right now, and I think our
Yeah.
beach is obviously a huge highlight. I remember a few times me and my dad have been on the beach, and we've talked to people and they're like, "Yeah, we're visiting from out of town." And for me, I used to live in Michigan, so no one used to come to be like, "Oh, I wanna go to Detroit for vacation." No one really said that, and I lived in the suburbs of it too, so it's not like I never saw people like, "Oh, yeah, I'm just, coming here for fun." No one ever said that to me, so I was like, "Oh, yeah, I guess you could come here for fun. You just, like, you don't know anything about it, but you like the beach, and so you wanna come." I'm like, "Okay, I guess that makes sense." So it's really fun to meet those people, and just
Yes.
kinda get out there and talk. And yes, there's really great horseback riding in Bunnell, which is super close to Palm Coast, like 20, 30 minutes,
Mhm.
depending on
Mhm.
where you live. So
Mhm.
we have so much just in our backyard. We have the beach, we have the Bunnell, we have Flagler in general, Palm Coast. It's there's just you have to go look.
Yes, and we're close to, like, New Smyrna,
Right.
Daytona, St.
Oh, yeah.
Augustine,
St. Augustine's
Jacksonville.
crazy.
There are so
Mhm.
much to do within an hour's drive,
Yes.
you know?
And we're still
I
not
do
that
wanna
far from Orlando and the theme parks.
Yes, even Orlando. You can fly in and out of Daytona. You can fly in and out of Orlando or Jacksonville. There's so many ways to get here. I do want to give a shout out to that networking. The ladies of Flagler County, the professional women of Flagler County, my bold ladies that are out there. I am part of these groups, and I know that when I need assistance, I have a phone to pick up that I can call any one of those women, and they'll be around to help. I lost a dear friend that I want to mention,
Mm.
my friend Allison Hess. We just lost her in our group, and I just want to say her name out loud and let people know what a wonderful, wonderful friend she was, and how greatly she'll be missed in our community and all our networking events.
Yeah, I think someone mentioned that to me. I'm so sorry for your loss, and thank you so
Thank
much for
you. She was
bringing
one of my
her.
first friends. So we met
Oh,
on Nextdoor. That's another app that we have that is
oh,
a wonderful
right.
app. And we all met on a blind date in 2022, and we're friends to this day.
Oh, I
So
love
a lot of
that.
great things that can happen in your community too, even if you don't live in Flagler County. Reach
Right.
out to your friends and neighbors and let them know that you're there and that you care about them.
Right. Well, I think that's a lovely note to end on such a uplifting note, even amongst the times that we are in. So thank you so much, Linda, for coming on,
You're very welcome.
sharing a
It's my
few
pleasure.
minutes. This has been
Okay.
an absolute pleasure. I really appreciate it. So
All
thank you again
right.
for your time, and thank you to anyone listening. I'll see you next time.
All right.
Bye.
Bye now.